countdown's not quite done, but I'm pretty much am all set. So here we go. Oh, wrong camera. Here. Ta-da! Hi. I believe you guys are having a good Tuesday also. I should move this over here. That would be helpful. Maybe, possibly, kinda, sorta. But yeah, how are you guys doing? Hope all is good. Hey! How goes? How is your workday? I am just finishing the last of my tea. Why? I'm gonna crochet a thing. Don't give me... Well, actually I could, because I have one almost done on the needles, so... Geez, all the things. Dragon Rider Cat, hello, hello. I'm literally just getting started, and it's just like stuff. Okay, I didn't see the alert. What the hell's going on today? Things are being mildly weird. Indeed, but they might be caught behind ad purgatory, so let's give them a second. But for anybody who's coming in and can actually see me, hi, hello. Sorry to variety caster of way too many things. There you go. Alright, wasn't sure if you could see me or not, because I haven't run an ad thing, a pre-roll thing to turn the ads off for a bit. But how are you, and how was stream? And also, I did not forget your emails. I've just been mildly busy doing things. But I am working on it, so hopefully I might be able to get back to you with that during this current week here. But hi, how was your stream? What were you up to? Alright, why are we... Yeah, no, I figured, but I was just like, I haven't messenger in at least a couple of days. I should at least say something. What do you think, I left you hanging or something? Ugh. I try to avoid doing that. Alright, so I think I have everything I need here in front of me. Yeah, I won't need scissors yet. Oh, sheep. Without the farming. Ooh. What's the name of it? Like a farmer's market? Sort of thing. So that sounds fun. But yay. Sheep are one of those things. I made sheep one time, and it's like, you kind of have to like make them in parts and like sew them together. It's a bit of a pain, but they're adorably worth it, I feel like. Alright, let's see. Do I have this? Ah, okay. Has a farm and they have a store. Okay, okay. They do sell stuff in the market as well. Okay. So I wasn't completely off base, but yeah. That also sounds fun. Also, it helps to know the peoples. Let me empty this jar before I forget. And... Okay, bot, why are you saying stream's offline? That's not true. Give me a second. I'm gonna close and then reopen this bot, because I just updated it today. And things are being weird. Like, I did not see the thing in the Discord to say that stream exists, so give me a second. Sorry. And API's having an... Oh, cool! That's also helpful. Ugh. You have to use a stream key to override that. Okay. Let's see. Let me reopen this. It's a good thing we just got started. But I was just like, the bot's connected. This should not be happening. So I guess I could have waited till after stream to do that. Because connecting the bot to Discord is one of those things that are mildly annoying to get done. Alright, so that's gonna probably take a minute. Try streaming, can't go live, disconnect your Twitch account, use a stream. Yeah, I managed to go live. That part's not the problem. The problem is, the bot doesn't seem to understand things. Yeah, string key will circumvent the API. That's there. Alright. Also, hold on. Yeah, I think I'm logged in via my account on OBS, so that might also explain things too. Let's see, I think I am. Yeah, I have my account connected. Normally I used to use my string key. I will definitely keep that in mind. Alright, so bot is coming up, so I'm gonna go see once that's all loaded up if that's gonna change things, and also turn back on the music so it stops sounding completely quiet in here. But yes, anybody who's coming in first time, hi. It's a variety caster, way too many things. I want to... Fair, I am not like the most tech person. I usually have to Google at least half of what's going on, so I don't blame you. Alright, so different music, but music. Alright, so that's set. Music is back. Let's see. No, it still says the stream's offline according to the bot. But it's still picking up things. Okay, bot client connected. It's been... Same. Yeah. Okay, Twitch streamer. I have to reconnect that. That might be why everything's giving me problems. Alright. Give me a second while I log this back in. I hate doing this. But that hasn't happened in a while, so that makes sense. Let's see. Let's... I think. Because I have a difficult time remembering what the password is. Because after the whole Twitch insanity. Yeah, it's just the bot. It's not connecting to my account correctly, so... I'm just gonna quickly rectify this, and then we shall get a-going. Yeah. Okay, I might be using the wrong. Let's check. I don't think I have it on here. Oh, yeah, that's why. Okay, cool. I just had the period in a different place. Alright. Remember this computer. Enjoy your lurk! I hope you're doing well. Sorry, I was not meaning for this to turn into let's rectify Twitch issues, but here we are. Alright. Alright, it's... The bot client was connected, but the streamer client was not, so we seem to be all good now, I hope. So let's close that. And usually it's weird. It's either one or the other, but, well, it's usually both, not one or the other whenever that happens, so that's interesting. Huh. But it's probably is the API stuff you were discussing, so... Alright, cool. We're all set. Hopefully everything should be alright now. Yay! Alright. Let's see. Let's go down here. Color's mildly off, but eh. So, anybody's new here, as I introduce myself, Serena, I do way too many things, as I want to say, so, literally, let's see. Knitting, crocheting, spinning, weaving, which I do want to do more weaving on stream. We'll see how that shakes out this year, don't know. Chainmail, digital, traditional art, sometimes games. Usually a nice variety. Typically chill games, so Stardew Valley and things of that like, but I do like Hades, which is arguably less chill. And stuff like that, some word games. But if any of that happens to catch your fancy, totally feel free to hang out, possibly give a follow. And basically, what the point of today is right here. Let me mess around with this for a second, because it's actually bright out for the moment, which isn't helping my cause. I turned down the gain already. What is your damage, camera? I guess it must have gotten brighter, which is not helpful. Alright, so that's mildly helpful. Let's turn down saturation a wee bit, because this is not that bright of a color. This is like literally almond, so this is like a faint yellowy color, so yeah, somewhere in there. Let's leave this open so I can adjust as needed. But yeah, the main plan of today is I'm gonna be crocheting a Swiffer cover, which I'm just freehanding this, so basically I'm just doing bobble stitch in areas and then just spacing for a couple of rows, like 2 with half double crochet, so nothing fancy. I just got the measurements offline. Plus I have a couple of the dry Swiffer cloths hanging out that I can compare to for length. So it should be alright, hopefully. We'll see how this goes. I've never made one of these before, but we should be good. This one's actually for our kitchen. Because we have a Swiffer in the kitchen, and it was just like, I realized we didn't have any wet one of these. So I was just like, you know what? Let's just make some of these. Which I could arguably sell them down the line if I think about it, but we'll see. This is actually not the... what's its face? The Dishy yarn. Also, hi Girl November, how are you? I presume you have gotten your lunch. But yeah, this is Lion Brand yarn. My mom had gotten me this, which, yeah, this is the rare occasion where hell freezes over and my mother buys me yarn. She got me 2 of these. This is cottonies, so it's half and half. So half cotton, half acrylic yarn, which I'm curious to see how this works, but it also means it should be able to get, like, thrown in the washer and dryer. Yeah, it's machine washable and dryable, so we're good on that front. But yeah, given this is out of my personal stash, I wanted to see how it goes. Because I've not tried this yarn before. Plus, this yarn could potentially be, you know, no longer in existence. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. Alright, so... But yeah, if you definitely need to go grab the lunch, feel free to. I'm lucky I remember this bobble stitch off the top of my head. Makes life so much easier, so I don't have to go stare at the patterns. I was doing this partially yesterday while watching American Greed on Hulu. So I was gonna watch other things, and I was just like, hey, I haven't watched American Greed in a while. Which, arguably, that show is definitely... I feel like certainly focuses on cons and things of that sort, which is always interesting, because to a degree, after a while, if you watch a bunch of episodes, you'll notice a pattern in discerning, you know, what their MO, what their scheme is. It's like different window dressing, but the same overall functions, and typically it's a Ponzi scheme 9 times out of 10, and it's just like, oh cool! Let's just watch people get bilked out of their life savings. Yay. Especially when people are like, hey, can we not? And it's just like they get punted out of the way. It really sucks. But yeah, interesting show to watch. Also, let's see what that's about. Okay, nothing pressing. I can stare at that later during break. Alright. Good to know. Wasn't sure yet. But yeah, that makes sense. On the sheeps being baubles, because I did that when I was making the little sheeps I've made myself, so I am not shocked baubles are like the focus of that. Because it makes the, you know, the sheep floof look like sheep floof. Plus, it's not that difficult once you get into the rhythm of it anyway, so... yeah, baubles are handy. So I went with this G hook. I was gonna say H. G. This is 4.25, which... speaking of hooks, the grip hooks, which I didn't get the case one because I literally have a box of like where I keep my hooks and stuff, so I'm probably just gonna chuck them in there, so I don't need to get a case. So I'm probably gonna get that, but I want to get myself, what is it? One of those backpack purses, because I like having them. Plus, I'm kind of in need of an actual, like, purse sort of thing. So I've been staring at that. I was mentioning that last week. Pretty sure on stream once or twice. So I have a couple of them bookmarked. And I'm, like, trying to look at one or two in, like, a good, non-expensive price range. Because they have a couple of them, like Amazon, and it's just one of them at least, and I was just like, oh, that's pretty. It's $500. I don't think so. No. Unless that thing is lasting me a good 2 or 3 decades. No. No is the answer. Also, let's see. That's better. For anybody wondering, my price term is like around, at most, $30. So I kind of want one that can hold a good chunk of stuff, but, you know, is not too large. I do like the backpack purses, because they're convenient, so you don't always have to haul them on your shoulder. You can just put them on your back, like a backpack, so that's a nice bit of versatility. Plus, I always find them kind of cute, so that helps too. Ah, come on. Also, I might pause at some point to potentially, like, say, switch to plying more yarn. Maybe. I'm not sure. Depends on how my arm feels. I didn't touch this terribly much. I just did one of the rows of half double. Because I didn't want to go too far into this and tire myself out on this today, so made sure not to do terribly much. Come on, how about we don't? There it is. If this does work out, I always could, like, do a pattern or something. However, at the same time, it's one of those, let's not put too much on my plate. Which, I'll point out, this is not, like, you know, perfect, but given it's gonna be, on the bottom of the Swiffer, it's fine. But yeah, you'll notice, right in, at least here, almost all the rows have like 10 bobbles that I put bobbles on. Like, see these two? That's sometimes an issue where it's like keeping the rows actually full on straight is a problem. Not always, but it can be sometimes when it comes to crochet. So, arguably I could have done it in the round, but even within the round, getting the seam to line up straight when you're in the round, for me, is also a problem. So I was just like, fine, I'll just do it flat. It'll be okay. But yeah, I believe... Debbie Cat! Hi. Enjoy your lurk. I hope you are well. I am here crocheting this Swiffer cover, which hopefully it works out. We'll see. So I'm just doing this off the top of my head, nothing fancy. It's a good thing I have this yarn sitting around that I could do this with, because pretty much almost all of the cotton yarn I have is essentially... Oh my gosh! Is today just Braid Central? Thank you! Thank you for that braid! Although, you might be caught in ad purgatory. Maybe. Let's see. Hi! Hello! Also, let's move this down a little bit. I notice I'm like off over here. So, I'm just moving the camera. But welcome, Raiders! How are you? How was your stream? How goes your Tuesday so far? Anybody new here? Hi, Sarita Variety Caster of Way Too Many Things. Right now I'm just crocheting Swiffer cover for Swiffer in the kitchen. So I realized we were out of wet, you know, those wet things. Wet cloth to put on them, so I was just like, I could just make one. Might as well put my crochet skill to use. But yeah. Hello! Glad to see you! Hopefully you are doing well. I guess anybody here for the first time, what I mean by variety crafts, I knit, crochet, spin, which literally you could check, what is it, Saturday stream for some plying, weave, which I might see about getting more into that this year, I don't know, we'll figure it out, chainmail, digital traditional art, sometimes games. So, yeah, I like doing things and I like having options. Ooh, baby blanket! Corner to corner or based off a different pattern. Because corner to corner is definitely my personal go-to when it comes to blankets, just because it's the least likely to drive me insane. Except that time where I did it out of Red Heart yarn and the yarn was very much different in size, which was very, very irritating. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. How many of these right now? 9? It looks like 9. Yep. It's taking for- I wish I did a crochet. Ah, okay, yeah. I knitted a queen-size blanket once. That was the first ever blanket I knitted, and I will never do that again. Like, you couldn't pay me enough. Because knitted blankets take forever. They look lovely and you use less yarn compared to crochet, but it takes a lot of time. So that's one of those things where it's like, you sure you want to do it? And it was the 10 stitch blanket, so it wasn't anything fancy or, you know, difficult, but it was just like, I finished this. I literally did a cabled border because I apparently want to torture myself some more. So yeah, never again. No thanks. Alright. Also, it'd be great if I'd stay in frame. If I wander out of frame, totally feel free to be like, hey, I can't see what you're doing. And I will make sure to adjust myself as necessary. So, yeah. That's the thing. But yeah, as I was saying before, this thing is playing it. Okay, so you don't have to do anything terribly much. That is good. Because having to stare at a pattern when it comes to, I feel, things like blankets like that. Discussed our dinner. Ooh, no worries. Definitely feel free to go do the stuffs. Also, Dragon Rider, if you also have to go do the stuffs, definitely feel free to go do the stuffs. But I do appreciate you guys rating me. Very much appreciated. Okay, why are we like this? There we go. This thing is mildly splitting in places, but I think that just might be me. It's not terrible. This isn't, you know, Karen Simply Soft or anything like that. Which I eventually will get that orange monstrosity out of my stash. Which, it's fluffy and soft, but it splits like absolute hell. I regret that day a couple of years ago. Yeah, I was still in college at that point, and I bought that yarn. I was just like, this shouldn't be bad. I'll probably use this quickly. That was a lie. It's still with me like 5 years later, which is kind of insane. I can't tell if it's me or the fact. Yeah, it might be the sunlight making bits of this look very, very, like, washed out to the point that it's hard to see what the heck's going on. That's the bad part of when it gets very sunny. And I have the gain turned down at least halfway at this point, so it's like, not terribly much I can do. But at least it's bright, and I shouldn't complain. Because things could instantly just turn obnoxiously cloudy, so yeah. It could be worse. Also, I realized I went off tangent, as I'm wont to do. Because I was looking at, what is it, crochet hooks? Yeah, crochet hooks. Because I have, like, a bunch of the ones with the grips, because sometimes after a while these will start to make my hands unpleased with me. So basically, I'm like, maybe get some cushioned ones at some time. So they're kind of hanging out in my Amazon basket, which I'm gonna probably use the opportunity. No worries. You will likely not miss much. Enjoy your lunch domes. Oh wait, yeah, I was supposed to do... Yep. I realized, I was like, wait a minute, this doesn't look right. Because I was supposed to single crochet around here. Cool. I swear I know what I'm doing. But yeah, so single crochet and then 2 rows of half doubles and then get back onto bobbles. Arguably, I could have done more of the half double to space it out a little bit, but it's fine. It's good as it is. And look what I said as soon as I'm like, I should probably stop complaining. It proceeds to get not sunny, because I think there's probably some clouds outside. Because I very much rely on the sunlight at times, even though I do have my own, you know, I have a little lamp in case of actual daylight being absolutely unhelpful. So let's turn up the gain. That's as high as it's gonna go right now. But it's visible. So if anybody is curious, I actually did crochet first. I just happen to knit way more than I crochet. But I do like crochet at times. Makes things easier. Frogging's a lot easier. But both have their own uses and conveniences. But arguably as a way to go, I'd say this, because you don't have to buy as much stuff compared to knitting. You don't need as many tools to get started. Alright, a little bit, because I see it's starting to get a wee bit brighter, so let's make sure I don't get completely washed out for the moment. If it's too dark, I will definitely grab my lamp, but yeah, as you can see, the sunlight's gonna fluctuate, which is both a help and a hindrance, because it makes keeping the lighting even on camera very much a hard time, and I wish it would stop doing that. It's either be sunny or be cloudy. Pick one. Yes, I'm yelling at the weather. Like I'm one of the ancient gods that could control the weather. I wish. Although the ancient gods were absolute hot messes, so I kind of don't at the same time. They were a nightmare. Alright, cool. Alright, now that we've fixed that, now we can start doing the half doubles. But yeah, it's much better. Okay, yeah, that definitely looks dark. I can't... Let me just grab the lamp for now. Ow. Alright. And then... I made sure it was charged this time, so... Nothing like what happened Saturday, although it should have been charging while it was sitting in the thing. I'm not sure if the USB thing is working or not, or I might have plugged it in incorrectly. I don't know. But when I plug everything into my... what's its face? One of my battery packs, it works just fine, so... yeah, it might just be the USB port in the... in my cable box, so So not sure what's with that. Hello. Yes, hello sunlight, my old friend. Alright. I doubt I'll finish this on stream today, but I do just want to see how far I get in regards to this. Hello! How goes your Tuesday also? That gives me the opportunity to talk about the drop game, which I have on pretty much all the screens here. That drop game is a for fun RNG type game, as in basically whether you win or lose is basically at random. So with the drop game, you just do ! drop. You can add an email on the end like Ro did, and just see what happens. Which you can only enter once per game. So like basically until the thing resets. If you've already joined, you can't do it again. And it's basically a for fun thing. This is one of those games created by Maya and Instafluff. I keep having to remember to say her name because she did a name change. It's just Maya now. No worries. Also, thank you for checking. Yeah, that game typically does not give me any problems. It's only at times the Plinko game on my Be Right Back screen, but that seems to be fine. Last I checked. But yes, thank you for giving me an opportunity to discuss that. But yes, in addition to Drop and the Plinko games, I do have some Stream Weather stuff in my channel points. Ah, okay. Thank you for popping in. But yes, there is some Stream Weather stuff, which if you can check in the lower left-hand side of the chat, which I think that should hold true for both mobile and PC streams. So if you're viewing via a mobile device or, you know, your computer, the opposite side of where the chat button is where that should be, and you should be able to have some little fun commands like, say, flower petals, what is it, lightning, snow, etc. There's like at least a good chunk of them. Which I got as a nice little thing if people want to use their channel points for them. Which I do need to draw those little things for the channel points. I just haven't had the time. Although I did start a couple. I just need a couple more. Okay, let's try that. Yeah, it doesn't look like I went in the right place for that. There it is. Yeah, I just didn't go through the stitch, and then... Let's see. Should be time to make more baubles once this goes through the stitch. There it is. Dun, 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 dun. So in the midst of stock and emailed stuff, which I really do need to get back to my own emails, but that's probably not going to be an immediate thing. Because I have like a couple I have ideas for. I just haven't had the time allowance to sit there and sketch them. Because unfortunately there are only so many hours in the day, which is very much unhelpful. Although arguably if days were longer, that would mean longer work days, and I think, you know, work days are long enough. They don't need to be any longer. So there's that too. Alright, bobble. Do, 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 do. Also, I have a random thought I had. Is the changing your coffee to whatever it is? I'll be popping in. No worries, you are good. What's on the menu for dinner? But yeah, definitely if you need to go and do stuff, that is completely not a problem. It's actually not that difficult if you, let's see, I'll do a quick explanation. Basically, you go over to pixelplush.dev, grab the link that's at the bottom of the page once you get to Plinko, which you can do some settings like whether or not you would have clouds in the background, whether or not it like is visible before you start the game, and you know, basically a couple of things like the volume and that sort of thing, which it's mostly like yes or no, like say click it if you want it, don't click it if you don't want it. And then basically you have OBS right. If it's regular OBS, because I have what is it, Classic? No, Studio. Classic is like pretty much, I think, dead at this point if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I have Studio, and basically you would have a, what is it, browser? Put a browser option in your scene and then basically paste it in there and adjust it to the size of your screen. It's not that long of a process, maybe like 2-3 minutes. Although arguably it's a little bit easier to show rather than tell. But I very much like the Plinko game. It is. Drop game as well, which I think, yeah, the drop game is winter right now. Let's see. Okay, email thing, please get off a... Yeah, because it's a link, so you need browser source for that, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check. Yeah, browser source. There we go. I use... Okay, cool. Because I know some people use slop, so where to find such things is mildly different. But yeah, hopefully it shouldn't be that difficult to get on there. And also, feel free to poke me if you have any questions. Should be able to at least have some ability to answer. I am not the most highly skilled in tech things, but I have some of the basics down. Some of them. Also, I'm trying to remind myself to actually look up. Because I'm just like, la la la, remembering that, hey, looking up's probably the best idea. Also, I am thinking, I have some donut pins hanging out in my Ko-fi shop, but I am pondering maybe having it be a, potentially, making them like giveaway things, like temporary giveaway things. So basically, if anyone fills any of the bars currently next to where my face is currently, that triggers a giveaway. So I'm thinking of using them as giveaway prizes until we run out, which I have a small amount of them, so 8 currently. So I can get them off my hands and get them to good homes, because I do enjoy those donut pins. But they've been there for a while, because I made them for last year for my streamiversary. Which, speaking of, my 5-year streamiversary is coming up, which is kind of insane. Because I got started, like, say... Yeah, late May 24th, actually, is my first stream, because I think I had just finished my last finals of undergrad, which is kind of insane to think about. Thought that was 5 years ago? Like, approaching 5 years. How? Why? Anyhows, yeah, I'm pondering stuff I can do. Because 5 years is like a seriously huge milestone. So yeah, definitely gonna be tooling around with ideas, but gonna make sure that A, I don't overextend myself on said ideas. Oops. Oh, okay. I was fine. I was just about to do an incorrect thing. We're fine. Whee! So yeah. Streamiversary in May, and then affiliate anniversary in like September. Which yeah, that's not 5. That has to be 4 years this year, I think. But I have definitely more time to figure that out once I get there. But yeah, I could make pins again. Because the pins I'm referring to with the donut pins are acrylic pins, so not like anything terribly expensive. I'm not sure what I would do for a pin design. Who knows? Alright. How many baubles we have in this row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this is number 10. Cool. Good, good, good. Oh, that would help if I pull this through. Also, if anybody's curious about making baubles, totally feel free to ask and I will explain to the best of my ability and slow it down if need be. Oh, okay. I was like, wait. Alright, and then let's see. Come on. Why are we like this? It's always the one over here that gives me a time. Although I'm usually a little bit tight on that last stitch, so it should not be a shock that it decidedly hates me. Alright, so time to just single crochet this row and do those bits of half doubles after this one. Do. Come on, there it is. This is probably not the color I honestly would have used for this. I honestly would have gone for a darker color if I had some, but given, you know, this is the yarn I have in my stash to do it, this is what I went with. And this is a pretty subtle color, almond. But it's kind of grown on me too. Alright, we're almost done with this row. Come on. There it is. And... come on, please. There it is. And... yeah, we're good. I'm trying to keep it, again, straight as I possibly can get it, but, you know, it's not going to be perfectly straight. Although, arguably, I could just use stitch markers, but it's like, It'll be fine. Also, I was pondering maybe, like, on the edges here, like, once I flip them up, which, that's the plan, that's why this goes out so far. Basically flip here and sew it, but I was thinking, because I have a little bit of elastic, like sewing it in up here, so it would have a bit more stretch to it. Arguably, if I'd thought of that earlier, I could have just crocheted into here and it would be in the yarn itself, but oh well. You could always just sew it in. It's an idea. Alright. A couple more minutes and I am gonna probably, in a murmur of water, fox swims. That is quite the name. Thank you for the follow. How you doing? How goes your Tuesday? Da 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 dun. Yes. If you're curious about what I'm doing and missed the stream title, I'm just making a cover for Swiffer and had some at least partially cotton yarn I could use, so I figured why not. Started this yesterday and just continuing on with it. Probably am not going to finish it on stream today, but we'll just see how far I get. Come on. Please don't. It's mildly splitting in places, but nothing, like, egregiously so, thankfully. 'Cause there's worse yarn. Alright, almost there. Come on. There it is. And there we go. Alright, after this row it's gonna be more bobbles, but I'm likely just gonna end up taking my break after I finish this row. Which, how has it been an hour? It feels like it just got started and it's already almost an hour. What is going on here? Yeah. Hey, get around. Thanks. This is reminding me I need to crochet more dish towels, but again, only so many hours in the day. I swear. Also, I think I finished my tea from earlier. I hope so. If not, it's gonna be... Okay, I did finish. Yay! I wasn't sure. Don't mind me. Come on. There it is. Also, if anybody wants any places to check out and potentially follow, if you do exclamation point follow, if I'm not mistaken, because I sometimes forget my own commands. You think I would know by now. Well, that should be it. Yeah, it is. Yeah. You can get to my link tree, which has all the things and stuff. So, my Etsy shop, my Ko-fi, which I do have one tier of membership, and I'm working on a second one, which I am thinking about having some like small hand-painted like postcards as a thing. I'm still like figuring that out. We'll see. What else? And I do have stuff in the shop, which my shop is mainly digital items, so like say wallpapers for phone or a tablet, which I have not gotten a chance to do any for this year yet. I do them like every couple of months, so there's not a ton of them in there, but there's like a lot of material I can go from, so hopefully this year expect some more. And where are we? Yeah, I was about to start doing some more half doubles. I said I was gonna take a break, wasn't I? Yeah. How you tell I gotten in the zone? I'm just gonna start doing the next row without really thinking. Alright, so 'tis break time for me. Gonna wash that teacup. I have water, so I don't have to worry about that. Definitely gonna get up and stretch. If you're lurking, enjoy your lurk, and I will be back in about 10 minutes. But yeah, back again. Sorry, break took a little bit longer than I thought. I had to go wash some dishes and stuff that were in the sink. I had a small snack, so my stomach would not be upset with me. Although I did eat before I got started. And also, wanted to fulfill the Hexipuff that got redeemed earlier, because I got mildly distracted by all the stuff and things. So let's make sure I clear this in the rewards request, which I sometimes forget to clear them until I'm checking days later and it's like, oh yeah, I should clear that. But yes, anybody wondering what I mean by Hexipuffs? Hexipuffs, small Hexipuffs. Jane, hello, how are you? That I'm making. It'll eventually be a blanket. This is like one of those small part-time projects. I'll just make a Hexipuff whenever I can, which I'm making them out of, you know, yarn I have. Although I'm wondering if this might be too small. A good chunk of them have been too big, but I'm half wondering if I'd maybe, like, done too little, but this should stretch a little bit. Maybe I could just redo it. Which would not be the worst thing in the world. But given, you know, how long it takes me to do one of these, usually like about an hour. And then stuff the thing. So it's just like, compared to this one, although it's stuffed, so there definitely might be a little bit of stretch to it. Let me just at least put some stuffing in here and see how it goes. Also, it'd be great if I could see that. That'd be great. But yeah, Jan, how goes? How goes the Tuesdays? I am here, mostly I'm here making a Swiffer cover for Swiffer that we have. Out of some acrylic cotton blend that I have, which, hilariously, this is some of the yarn that my mom gave me, you know, when hell freezes over. My mom's just like, here, yarn. And it's just like, you go play half the time that I'm doing nothing with this thing, and it's just like, you're giving me yarn? Okay, whatever. So yeah, this has been sitting in my stash. This is lion brand yarn. Cottonies, so 50% cotton, 50% acrylic. So yeah, I have two of these, so about 414 yards total. And I doubt I'll be using the entirety of this to do this, so I have enough for more. But yeah, let's see. How does this compare? This looks small. Yeah, this looks small. I might have to just frog it and redo it. Because I wasn't sure. Yeah, this looks small. Yeah, I'll just redo it. It's fine. Because I thought, since this is some handspun I have, Targi, I thought it was too thick, but I was incorrect. So I'll just frog this. Because I want my Hexipuffs to be similar enough in size. That's not an issue, but you know, handspun versus machine made yarn is kind of hard sometimes to figure out. You probably won't go through the entirety of the Hexipuff. I'll probably at least like start it and go from there. Alright. There it is. Alright, so this is how I do my cast-ons for these Hexipuffs, which I saw this on Pinterest, and it actually works out really well. So I don't have to do the typical long tail cast-on when it comes to this, which this is pretty much how it would work for, say, if you're doing toe-up socks, you can do this rather than, say, again, typical long tail. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. Because 12 look a little too much, so let's see. How's 10 gonna do? Given these don't take me terribly long, again, like say an hour, if I'm sitting there just doing that, then I'm pretty much gonna be finishing this later in the evening. Which I also have some of the 4-ply I made. Then I'm gonna use that, because I have some left over from the shawl, because I knew I was not gonna finish another round using it. Hug Monster, thank you for that follow. Hope you're doing well. Happy Tuesday to you. Alright, let's see. One. I'm half pondering using this yarn for Sock Madness because, you know, I haven't used it since I spun it. My only thing is that, given, I remember when I was spinning this, I was thinking it was different type of fiber, like a dummy. So, I'm half wondering if this has enough twist to it. But it should be fine. No worries. I shall be here. I'll probably see if I can get to about halfway on this. Come on. I can pretty much tell with that little nub right there which side's the front. But once I get through this round, I am likely just gonna put back the stitch marker I have in there. Because the stitch marker makes life easier when it comes to making these little Hexipuffs. Ah, come on. Which, I'm knitting these on size 1, so basically the polyfill I stuffed these with should not be able to get through there. Which I'm slowly but surely working my way through that bag of polyfill. Which that's another reason why I'm using Hexipuff and doing these. Which eventually I'll put them together to make a quilt, but that's gonna be a bit of a ways down the line. Oh yeah, time to do the thing. Come on, I need you to go this way. There it is. Oh, I should have waited till after I did that to put that on there. Da. Okay, why are we like this? Why are you not doing the thing? Okay. I think because I already knit it, it's being mildly pissy at me, which I very much don't appreciate. But there are worse things. Alright, since I'm going, what, this is 10, so 18. It's gonna be the maximum amount of stitches on this. Also, on things I need to get done, I really do need to wash some of my hand knit socks. I discovered at least one of them starting to develop more holes, and I'm just like, no, let's not. Or at least holes in progress. So the current one, the hand spun ones I'm wearing, that I spun in a like self-striping yarn, those, at least near the toe, I feel like it's mildly developing a hole, but it hasn't happened yet, so again, I could preemptively double stitch that to avoid any issues. But yeah, I've been neglecting doing the washing part of this. I try to wash them every so often. Not as much as I really should, but every so often I try to at least wash a good chunk of the socks and then rotate through them to avoid, you know, me living in a pair of socks for like weeks on end. Because I will do that, especially if they're my favorite socks and or they are comfy. So, yeah. Trying to be better at that. Alright, I think, yeah. Knit these. Why are we splitting? Who told you this was okay, yarn? This is not cool. Splitting is not allowed. Splitting makes things more of a pain in the ass for me. So we do not allow this here. Which, if I get tired of doing this, I probably might come back to this, but given, you know, 3 hours being my typical time allotment, more than likely that will not happen. Welcome back! You have not missed much. I'm just doing part of this Hexipuff. I did not like how it compared size-wise to the other ones I have. So I don't want a weird small one in the midst of the regular ones I have. Which I realized I did not talk about, made these stitch markers. Basically these are the tiny versions of those dragon scale pine cones. If you've seen them around, there is a weave for them if anybody happens to be involved with the chainmail stuff. But this is basically one of the more intermediate patterns. Definitely want to, you know, take your time to figure it out. Yeah, these are the tiny rings I have. So I have, like, I did them in all the solid colors to see what it looked like, and I have 9, but I don't have as many, you know, of these tiny colored rings, so I'm thinking if I do, which I more than likely am, it's gonna be probably a limited run on my Etsy shop. And probably, like, again, sets of 5. Which I'm also thinking maybe I could have some, like, rainbow pine cones. That would also be a thing. Alright. Which, in standard wire gauge, these are like 22, which I know for anybody who doesn't do chainmail, that doesn't mean much, but compared to the general 18s I use, which I'm wearing some of my chainmail earrings, so I can compare you what size. These are, these are 18. This is 22, which, actually, let me zoom in a little bit and figure out from there. So it has... So yeah, these rings are pretty much 18, so these are definitely a bit larger. And this is 22s, which they put them as, what, American wire gauge? Which American wire gauge, it's like, I guess they rate them as like a little bit bigger compared to what they are in standard. It's annoying. So it's one of those, you kind of, when you're buying rings, you kind of have to keep whether or not an eye out whether or not it's standard or American. Come on. There we go. I forgot I had these sitting around. I very much like them. Alright, so... Which I was also thinking if I got a couple of, like, necklaces changed, I could probably, like, have them be, like, necklaces. That or the regular size ones I have, because I have some aluminum rings for the larger ones. Because I'm pretty much out of steel. Which, that bracelet and the matching, what is it? Keychain got to the person, and they very much love it, so yay! Five, 9, whoops. I couldn't remember if this, okay, I just did that. But yeah, these are like as tiny as I'm willing to go. They do make rings tinier than this, but I pretty much refuse to even consider that. I'll be real honest. Do 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 do. Come on. I was thinking about plying more yarn today, but I think I might do that offline because I don't have terribly much left to go, Rish. So that might be an offline thing. But I very much like how the yarn is turning out. If I don't do that today, it might be tomorrow. I might do some plying. Because once I'm done streaming, I'm pretty much gonna need to at least work on the commission stock a little bit and then go from there. Because I really do need to get those done this month. I still have not signed up for Stock Madness, but it's my intention to do so. I really hope I don't forget somehow. It'll be hilarious. Because I would just be like, I'm gonna apply, and then it's just like, I forget in the next 20 days. Ah, come on. That would be my luck. So I have the thing open on my phone, so anytime I like go on the internet, the page is like there in my face. So I literally have no excuse. I do like the Cascade Heritage yarn so far based on what I've seen using it. I have not had any like weird issues with it. It's not like super splitty. Minor splittingness, but I'm using size 0 needles on the socks, so I feel like almost anything's gonna be splitty with that size of a needle. So it be what it be. Alright, and then, let's see. Yeah, so, gonna do this round and then put this down and get back to Swiffer cover. I just want to at least get this started. Because next round's gonna be another increase round, but increase rounds don't take very much. I've gotten very used to doing these. Come on. There it is. There it is. Alright. I'm pretty sure my hook fell to the ground. I felt it. Okay, right there. Yay! Awesome. I'm glad it did not go anywhere like in a corner, because that would have been a pain. Alright, this is another bobble row I think we've got going here. So let me readjust a little bit, because I moved, let's see, zoom back out. Well, actually I can zoom in a tiny bit. Tiny bit of zoom in is fine. And then there we go. That's fine. Also, I was saying earlier, basically for, you know, temporarily for the tips and bit goals, I think I might be giving away the rest of the donut pins, because I have 8 of them, so if you happen to reach those goals, probably going to be doing that. So that's a thing I'm keeping in mind. Because I want to have some, like, new pins. Because, you know, 5th year stream anniversary is happening. This year was like my 4th, I think, affiliate anniversary, if I'm not mistaken. Because affiliate stuff were not a thing when I first got into streaming. So I'd say this year probably is the 4th year, if I'm not mistaken. Welcome back! Ni hao! Ni hao sama. What you have for lunch? I was briefly working on Hexipuff because that got redeemed. I had one I pretty much had just the, the Kitchener part to do, but basically I was like, no, this is a little too small, so Frog didn't restart it, and it looks a little bit better. So, oh yeah. Hope it was a good salad. Meh. Let's see. So, just getting back to starting on this. We hit another bobble row, so not terribly much going on here. Oh, this is arguably the more, out of all the rows, pretty much the most focus intensive, but again, I've done these bobbles like quite a few times. Pretty much don't have to think about them too much at this point. Come on. Whee! Come on. I think I got my hook caught in something here. Let's try it again. Oh, let's put this Hexipuff back before I forget where I put it. I don't need these disappearing on me. That would be a pain. So I'm so far trying to not repeat all the colors I've had, which so far so good that's happening. But there's a couple I'll just probably have a bunch of repeats. Which that's fine. I just want to see how far I can go without having to repeat any colors. Which, that one's like 33? Allowed us to decorate his Why? Weren't you guys supposed to do a whole thing about teaching, well, what was it? Like, if not Black history, something in relation to that, like, my brain would say race relations, but I'm pretty sure that is not the proper term for the matter, and it's just like, you go ahead and do this. Like, this does not compute. What is... But of course, given the whole, hey, we shouldn't have to teach stuff from, history because we don't want to shame our students about stuff that happened in the past. Like, considering this country is basically founded on such atrocities, you damn well better teach it. Like, and you say that's like the history books, to a degree, don't even gloss over them. Like, hello? And even glossed over, your asses are getting offended. Like, I just can't. I'm just glad I'm not in school for this garbage. But it's like... You and me both! Which, I saw a thing, I think on Tumblr. Wasn't it, basically, the new governor for your state was basically like, hey, set up a hotline to basically... What's his face? And basically, like, a place people can go tell if people are, like, teaching, say, things, critical race theory and racism and that sort of thing, and I'm just like... Really? This is what we're doing in 2022? This is really what's happening? Coronavirus new somehow my newsfeed. I mean, for good reason. Our government meets over. Oh, cool. So you're safe for this year. Unless they decide to do some emergency nonsense, essentially. It's just like every time I hear something, my eye just wants to twitch, like... His legislative... I mean, I'm not surprised. Like... It's par for the course for all of their garbage. Okay. No worries. I am glad to see you. Hopefully the rest of your day goes alright. I shall see you on the Twitch first. Or Discord. Whichever comes first. Hurry. Come on. There it is. But yeah, I usually try to avoid bringing up politics, but, you know, given the past couple of years, it's just like, screaming into the void is not enough. Plus, unfortunately, the void is full. Please find another void. Which is just like, equivalent to when, you know, you're leaving a message, it's like, your answering machine is full. And it's just like, what? Why? Come on. Indeed, they all are. They might have to create some new ones. Alright, let me pay attention to how many bubbles is currently happening. Also, how about the stop being mildly tangly? Come on. Come on. You can do it. I just need you to not tangle, please. Because it's a mild inconvenience to my crocheting currently for you to tangle. Like, very much an inconvenience for that. Alright, there we go, I think. Come on. Ta-da! There we are. That's better. I think this thing is supposed to be like 9 inches wide, about that. Plus, I have like, I made like an area so it's like, basically I could flip it over and then sew it. So basically a little bit over, like say, 3 inches or so, but let me see. I have the thing. Here it is. Because I'm basically going off of, this is one of the dry ones. We don't really use them, so I'm just like, oh! I actually don't have that far. Cool. I wasn't sure. Because that was like in the middle yesterday ended, so basically a couple more rows and then the other flap, and then I guess I could start sewing this over. Huh. Okay. I thought I had a little bit farther than that, but apparently not. Yay! Yeah, it's a little bit wider, as you can see, than this, but I'm just like, that should be fine. So I kind of want to give some leeway. But yeah, hopefully this fits. Probably gonna check on stream if I happen to finish before the end of stream today. Which I'm not in a hurry, but given this goes rather quickly, especially when you're watching stuff, because I don't really have to think about it too hard, so that helps. That's helpful. Since it's made to get all that stuff, because, you know, arguably a little bit static, so... That makes actually perfect sense. Alright, come on, wire. Take this. Yeah, wires. Come on. There it is. I'm gonna have to minutely keep my eye out for something. I didn't buy anything, my mom bought some stuff. Although I think, if not today, might be tomorrow, depending on which one of those bags I like. Might grab one of those. Might buy those off of Amazon. Yeah, I did 2 half double rows, so it's arguably, some say, about here to there. So let's see. I just wanna have a look-see. Yeah, so I think that would probably, yeah, these would be the last baubles, and then, which, how many baubles did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. I was gonna make more space between them, but I think this is fine. Because I don't want them completely on top of each other, but I guess if you really want some scrubbing, you could either do that or say, like, if you knit one of these, like, seed stitch, although I loathe seed stitch because it's like 1x1 ribbing, because the whole, hey, you can't really get a rhythm because you're changing stitches every single time. It drives me nuts. Come on. Please stop splitting on me. You were doing so well. Please don't start with this garbage. But yeah, at this rate, I guess this used a little over 100 yards. Giving I have a good bit of skein. No, you're fine. I'm honestly half muttering to myself, so you are fine. Also, I'm guessing at this rate, I guess it means I might get some time to ply some yarn at this point in time, which is awesome. Come on. There it is. I also want to go outside today and buy some stuff, which mainly it's just I wanted some tea, because we're out of green tea. What's green tea, and like 1 or 2 other things. But given all of them are like not immediate necessities, I'm just like, you know what, I could just do it tomorrow. Which, given this week is actually going to be not absolutely freezing, it works out pretty well. Come on, last one. Come on. There it is. It is always that last stitch, I swear to God. Let's see. Alright, 2 rows of half doubles, and then double crochets for like, say, I think 3 or 4 rows. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About 5, actually, because that's half double and that's half double. Actually, no. Half double, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 or 6. Alright, cool. That definitely should not take too long. Come on. Arguably, I could have gone down a hook size on this and used an F hook, which that's like 3.5 about, give or take, in millimeters. However, if not 3.5, 3.75 millimeters, one of those two. I figured G would be a lot more suitable, especially given this is worsted weight yarn, I think. This should be worsted. Yeah. A 4. Plus it calls for an H hook, so going down to a G. So H being 5 millimeters, so going down 2 hook sizes. No, 1 hook size, not 2. Because going down 2 hook sizes would be the F. Wow. My brain just went completely off on measurements for a second, because I guess I was switching around the 5 millimeter with the 5.5, being the H one. Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Come on. Sorry if I wander out of frame, that's a thing that happens. I'll try to keep that to a minimum, but it can certainly be an annoyance. Everybody's trying to see what the heck's going on. Come on, you can do it. Alright, and then second row of half doubles, and then double crochet time after this. Also, yeah. Okay, it's a little unstable. Let's shift you over a little bit. Okay, that's better. Sorry, makeshift table's feeling a wee bit wobbly. So let's move this way. Oh. And lock this in a little bit. Okay, that's why things were looking weird. Because it was probably a little bit too loose. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so almost there. I know I'm probably over the 2 hour mark. No worries. Oh, I should have been on break like 6 minutes ago. Oh well. I can probably do a couple of rows and then take my break. Because I only have a couple of rows left, so it doesn't hurt. Yeah, you know lurking's always welcome. Given this is part acrylic, part cotton, I feel like this might actually make some nice wearables, but probably given the cotton, I feel like it would probably be better suited for something a bit more freeform, like say a cowl or something like that, in my opinion. Oops, no, that's half double. We are not doing those right now. It is double. Arguably, I could have done like half doubles all the way until I hit there, but I was doing this like off the cuff, so I was not terribly thinking about this. So yeah, I'm just sticking with it as is. But I feel like half doubles are a bit more solid, but given, you know, the stitches are arguably squished down a little bit, it would make sense for that to be a bit more solid. Come on. There it is. Alright, let's see how I feel. Yeah. I had a feeling this might happen. But it's gonna stretch out, so it should be alright enough. But yeah, you can definitely see it's not even in spots, and it's gonna drive me mildly nuts. Why? There are worse things. And again, this is basically going to be something that's used on the floor, so I don't terribly mind, but I know, and that's kind of what bothers me a little bit. Which, if anybody hasn't gathered, mildly a bit of perfectionist here and there. Although, I am working on it. I mean, if this were a commission, that would be a different thing altogether. I would definitely do my damnedest to make sure it was as even as I could possibly get it to be. But it be what it be sometimes. Alright, come on. Also, my arm is starting to be mildly annoyed. Although it's like more of my upper arm. I'm guessing I'm moving in a way my upper arm's just like, can we take a break? But given I'm almost done, it'll be fine. I hope. Alright, there we go. And pull that through. And then, let's see, yeah, this little bit, and then, there we go. Alright, so, yeah, I think... One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Okay, about 4 more rows left. And then this should be about done. I'll just need to sew down here and here on both sides, and then it should be about it-ish. So that works. Alright, I'm gonna take my break. How long am I going? Alright. Just a little bit over 1 second break should be, but that's fine. There we are. Alright. There, you can definitely see some mild, hey, this is not enough stitches look to it, so... It'll be fine, though. Yeah, come on. But yeah, welcome anybody who happened to pop in during the break. I am finishing up... presumably. This crochet Swiffer pad that I started yesterday. Which, no, I am not following a pattern, I just grabbed measurements offline. And basically just started crocheting this thing. Which, as you can see from what I was saying earlier, again, it's not fully even, but it's even enough. It's not, like, drastically off. Only have about 4 more rows to go, so... once that's done, I'm probably gonna sew these ends off stream. I hate the sewing, although it's not gonna be terribly much in the way of sewing. So, And then try it on to see if it fits. Which, arguably, it should. I see no reason why not. But if it doesn't work out, I'll probably frog and starch again. Because again, this didn't take me long to do, so it's not the worst thing in the world if I ever have to redo it again. Plus it's not like I'm using this yarn for anything else, so yeah. Oh, so just a little reminder, if anybody wants to potentially gain any floof, either via hanging out here and just chilling and hanging out with us, you earn floof. But if you want to earn a little bit more floof, which is stream currency, you can bet against the bot by doing exclamation point floof and putting a number, which it cannot be any more than the amount of yarn you have. So yeah, I have it set that way, because you can put it where it's like you can bet like a certain amount even if you have like would have negative amounts of floof. And I'm just like, nah, we don't need that in our lives. But yeah, you can bet floof against the bot and then see about maybe earning some more. That plus whenever someone subs or resubs, they have an opportunity to earn some floof, which I am thinking of maybe making the max amount you can earn from like a sub or resub 500 rather than 1,000. To help curb things a little bit. But we'll see. I hadn't thought about that before, but the thought just occurred to me. I was like, wait, I could just do that too. The one thing that's nice about this being a mix between a cotton and acrylic, I think because it's both cotton and acrylic in here, it's not as, say, you know, rough on the hands as just 100% cotton would be, which even Dishy, even though their cotton yarn is pretty alright, after a while you're kind of just like, can we not do this? The hands don't appreciate it. I feel like it might be absorbing moisture from one's hands. At least that's my suspicion. That might be why. Who knows? Come on. Come on. Ew, let's move this away from there, because the mouse was literally right next to the stop recording and stop streaming buttons, which is usually why I don't have the mouse right next to me, so I don't accidentally click and close things, because that would suck. I don't need that in my life. Come on. Oops. Come on. I think... no, one or two. I don't think it's the last row yet. But we're pretty close. I didn't leave much to be done. That might be the package I was on the lookout for, so I guess my mother will get that. Which that is nothing for me. Okay, what is that itch? That's hilarious timing. Is that the loom? I'm guessing that's the loom because you usually have prime, so I presume that is loom. Come on, don't do that. Oh no, that's not good. Hopefully everything's intact inside. And it's just the box that's beat up. That's not cool. Wood is not exactly indestructible, so if that ends up broken, you should be like, what the hell, man? Alright, let's see. Yeah. One more row! Well, actually, no. I think I could just stop here. Alright. Just leave a tail. And go like, let's see how that works out. Yeah, I'd say that's about what it would look like from here. So, basically this way, which, you know, let's fix that. If we go here. And then... No! Ugh. You would think something in a frame like that, they would have something to be like, hey, let's, you know, be delicate about how you carry that? You think? But yeah, I figured that wasn't heavy wood, so... I wonder if that just dropped off the truck somewhere and then they're like, hopefully this isn't broken. So I guess you're gonna have to return that. Cool. Sorry you got disappointed. Alright, do I wanna... No, I don't think I wanna. I'll leave that till after, because I wanna know how much tail I need to start sewing this in, because it's literally just edge points right here, so I can get the thing to fit in here. But yeah, I'll probably do that comparing after stream. Alright, Alright, so I think now that we're actually done with this pretty much for now, which I swear out if this doesn't fit I'll be upset. I'm gonna pull out the wheel, which is right behind here. I had a feeling I might finish before end of stream, so I think we're gonna do some plying. Good thing I put pretty much all of this in reach, so I wouldn't have to reach over. Whoops. Hi. I don't feel like doing Hexipuff. So, plying it is. Oh, wrong way. That would help. Although I have to say, you have to kind of macabrely admire their audacity, because it's like they messed up the box so much and yet they're still like, hey, let's just bring it here, it'll be fine. Like, once you see the box is beat up, I feel like that should be at the point where it's just like, maybe we should, you know, send a new one. Maybe. Oh, okay. Sorry, switching scenes, and where else are we? Yeah, let's turn this up, all the way up. Move this over. Brighten that a little bit, actually. Yeah. Alright. I shouldn't have... Honestly, I feel like that was more luck of the draw than anything else. If that hadn't been, like, carelessly dealt with in shipping, you probably would have been fine. Plus, maybe, if you try and get another one, hopefully the outcome will not be the same. Alright, let's see. No, wrong way. White balance? Hi. Oh, that's a bit too much yellow. Let's try that again. Saturation definitely needs to be up a bit. It might be a little bit too high because that wheel thing is not bright. That wheel thing, the bobbin. I know what the stuff is. Alright. White balance, and yeah, it's good enough. Light's mildly on my face, but we'll be fine. And I missed like a nub or two in here, I noticed when I was looking back at this later when it came to plying, but all in all, I very much like this yarn so far. But I need to deal with a bit too what's going on. Alright, let's turn this. Oh, I never... Why am I that dumb? Alright, and... That's better. Mildly. That actually might be a little bit too much tension. Oh, that's better. I swear, it's like I can never get perfect tension on the first try. It's either too much or not enough. And then, the hell is this? Let me just change the stream title. We're still in Makers and Crafting, so that's fine. Let's see. Let's see. More 4-ply. Alright. But yeah, you were looking forward to that, so it is on them that they decided that, hey, we're not gonna take care of, you know, package. Aw, sorry. Also, this reminds me I never did turn on GIF-bot. Whoops. It's fine. Doesn't get terribly much use anyway. It's fine. Oh, so that's mildly annoying. Either you're gonna have to get that picked up and or go to the post office to send that back. Which is its own mild pain. But yeah, I definitely get her disappointment. Ah, come on, come on. I just needed to get down here, maybe. Come on. Which one is it? There it is. I did find the one. I threw a picture. Oh, I have Discord right there, so I can actually look. I'm surprised being able to have it up on my computer. No! Oh, for fuck's sake, man. Like, that took a hard hit to the ground. Jesus. You can see that splinter up the side. I'm guessing that might be the point of impact, so... yeah, that box definitely got dropped somewhere. Could have been, like, maybe in a sorting facility? But, yeah, no. That's not cool. At all. It's arguably very poor customer service. Yeah, yeah. Ugh. I was like, maybe it's not that bad of a... nope. It was that bad. I have to go take it to the... yeah. Ugh. Glad I have not have to go there. Speaking of UPS store. No. I have to go and drop that off. This is indeed why we can't have nice things. But yeah, definitely maybe try it again. Like, you could definitely see if you can order another one now and hopefully not have duplicated results and then send back the other one so you don't have to wait around for that to get returned. If that's possible. I could have it. Okay. Because you were so excited about doing the thing, so that's why I was like, maybe you can order one immediately so you don't have to wait that long. And I can understand. Okay, why are we doing this? Hold on, I am being summoned for a very annoying reason. Be right back. I'm just gonna leave it here.
Dreams.
Back! And it was an annoying reason, and I was correct. I've been through this so many times for us. Along with it. Yeah. But yeah, that's all settled, so now I can get back to plying. How long? Okay, I have a couple of minutes. I can go a wee bit of overtime. I am not in a hurry to do anything right now. Thank you! Yeah, like I was saying, I figured it was a non-issue. Alright. Come on. Okay, why are we doing this? This is a mild issue. You can't see what I'm doing right now, but one of them's like mildly bunching up, so I'm just like trying to get it to not do that. Okay. Are we stuck on? Okay, yeah. Mildly stuck on itself. There it is. Ugh. I really do hate when there's bits of this where it's like, let's just bunch up on itself. It'll be fine. Even though it's like the least helpful thing on earth. And right there is another problem area. Also, I noticed Discord still hasn't sent the thing, even though I put together the thing. And I know it's connected to the Discord, so I'm pretty sure it's just the Twitch API being a dumbass. So that's fun. Because apparently that's a thing that's happening. There's like a mild outage because they're tweaking around with that, which is very much unhelpful and irritating. Also, did I look at both pictures? I swear. Wait. No, it was one picture. I thought it was more than one. For a second, I half glanced at it. That should not be happening with my glasses on. I can see, I swear. If I can't see with my glasses on, then we have a problem. Come on. Okay, what's this? That looks like it's... Let's try it again. Oops. Come on. Okay, I think it's getting back to not being a pain. One of the bobbins is almost done, so I'm probably gonna have to like split the one that has like the largest amount of single and put that onto the bobbin and see how it goes. But yeah, I'm guessing, based on how thin this got, more than likely, if I'm gonna do 4-ply sock weight, I'm more than likely gonna have to be using, say, silk or something that's inclined to be spun a little bit thinner. That seems to be what works best for 4-ply. Although, arguably, 3-ply is pretty much just as good. But 4-ply is arguably a little bit more hardy compared to 3-ply. So, not a terrible thing. Also, I think this is the most of these bobbins that I've used at one time. 5, because it comes with 6. So thankfully, if I do want to spin some more singles, which I might put the singles that I have on the spindle at some point on there, if I inevitably get a little too lazy and don't want to finish plying it on, not plying, finish spinning the singles on the spindle. Alright, are we? Yeah, we're just a wee bit over time. I'm gonna probably go another close to like 10 minutes or so. Or until one of the bobbins runs out, which that's not gonna be terribly long, I think. Yeah, not gonna be too long. But yeah, all in all, so it'll be yay! Very much fingers crossed. Hopefully it will get there in one piece without any mishaps. So I'm guessing that might be, they might have had like some of those available at a warehouse place close enough to you, more than likely. And they could be like, hey, we'll probably send this tomorrow. Also, you can throw the link in chat if you want to of what the other one is. I know you said similar, but I am curious to see how it looks. Oops. I missed a nub. Missed a mild little nub. Let's see. Come on. Come on. I just need to get back up there. There it is. Oh, alright. Okay, yeah, pretty much similar. Which, I don't think the other one gave you shuttles, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember. I presume it did, but it didn't look like it did. But yeah, it's probably about similar with. Da 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 da. Also, this is making me want to use the other one. It's just the fact I would need to figure out how I'm gonna be able to fit it here. They all seem to, yeah. I couldn't recall. I looked up the picture earlier. I was like, wait, do they have shuttles? It feels like a pain to have to buy a shuttle. Pre-warped, and people are like, it's wow. Although that is handy to have it pre-warped so you don't have to do it, but at the same time you'll have to figure out how to warp it on your own. But yeah, sometimes people don't read this stuff, and it's like, guys, this is why you look at all of the information before you start losing your minds. Like, it's not that hard. The information's right in front of your face. Oh, okay, we're still going. Alright. Whee! Oh, so, see if we can go raid somebody, given how kindly you guys were to go and raid me today. I know it comes to, yeah. Typically those don't, so that makes sense. But yeah, that's certainly something YouTube University could help out with a lot. Which I still feel like we should have a YouTube University GIF or something. Or like a Y with a little graduation cap on there. Come on. Alright, we've hit a nub. We have hit a nub once again. Minor nub, but nub. You can't see that because I need to move this back a little bit. YouTube. Pretty much. Oh, there it is. Got a little bit stuck to itself. That's fine. Mild nub. There we go. Are you just not gonna... Oh, okay. I was like, I just pulled the thing down. It should not be being a pain. Come on. I'm not sure if it's just me or is this thing making a mildly odd sound. I think it might just be me, because I'm not used to this making sound at all. Or pretty much almost no sound. But I'm pretty sure I have everything where it's supposed to be, so it just might be me. Okay, let's turn up the spin a little bit more. Okay. Which I'm not sure if you know, but I'm using pretty much one of my Nitpicks boxes, the last one I got, as a Lazy Kate. Which I wasn't sure if it was going to fit all the bobbins, but it works pretty well. I honestly thought it might be close. Is that? Yeah. Yep. We have hit the end of one of the bobbins. Yeah, basically I just put 2 knitting needles in there. Nope, don't need that going through. I'm gonna attach the yarn, but I'm gonna need to move some stuff around. But yeah, the straight needles I never use actually come in pretty handy. Trying to make sure flat does not... Oh, the sticker's still on. Cool. With my name and address. No, it's not. I forgot because it was sitting in a corner. So I made sure to save the box preemptively for that reason. But yeah, one bobbin is empty, so for now I guess is the end of playing. Until I get one of those to like maneuver itself around. But yeah, we got a bit done. Pretty much Swiffer thing is done, and good majority of playing's done. So let's get over here to the face camera, and very bright. Oh wow, it's a little bit dark over here. That explains things. So, Dragon Rider and Angelic, if you're still here, very much thank you guys for the raids. In a Murmur of Water, a fox swims, which, that sounds like a child's rhyme. Thank you for the follow. Hug Monsters, thank you. Hug Monster 501, thank you for the follow as well. Let me see here. I don't think I missed any hosts. Yeah, I don't believe I missed any hosts going on here. I very much appreciate the host and Nah. The host. Raids and follows. I'm gonna go check and see who we can go raid. If you guys want to come along with me. Let's see. Emails forever. And I swear every time I open my phone after a stream, it's just like, here's a bunch of emails that I don't care about. Like, no one asked you, phone. Alright, any crafty people here? Dio's on. Alright, that's one person. Oh, Boss Kitty's on, but I think that's TK's craft corner thing, which, nothing against that. Vanishing Pearl. Well, I raided Vanishing Pearl the other day. There's someone called Woodcraft by Owen, who basically does a lot of stuff. Apparently they're making crochet hooks. They're in the UK, and it looked like a good time to hang out in, so I think we might head over there. So let me set up this raid here, which, for anybody wondering what are raids are basically where a streamer takes their group of people who are hanging out with them over to another channel and basically use their raid calls to let them know that a raid's there and, you know, send some good vibes and positivity. You're welcome. Thank you for hanging out with me. Sorry that the Loom experience was not what you wanted. Alright, let's see. I should open up their stream before I do that, because that would be dumb if I don't do that. Because I don't want to get stuck in an ad. Anybody who is hanging out here for the first time, just a reminder, if you would like to know when I come up next, totally feel free to give a follow and make sure you turn your notifications on. But knowing that Twitch notifications are sometimes stupid, my typical schedule is Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays from 1 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Which, in your respective time zones, I think you should be able to see it in the schedules section of the panels. Well, not panels, but there's a section underneath my video if you're on PC. Let me throw in these raid calls, which that should be non-sub, and then the second one's for anybody who happens to be subbed to the channel. There we go. So I'm gonna let this end screen hang out here for a moment, and then we're gonna start this raid here.